Study finds that the 1930s old redlining policies are still affecting the health of children living in those neighborhoods.
The old redlining policies led to the segregation of African American communities away from suburban communities. These policies were since banned, but a new study from the University of Wisconsin reveals they still create disparities today, as the children living there are more at risk to develop asthma.
What this tells us is that we really need to focus also on neighborhood factors. There may be neighborhood factors that we can remedy, and there may be ways that we can redesign our cities so that people are living under healthier conditions.